All right, here we go. Problem 3-79. How many solutions does each equation below have? Looking at equation A here. We have 4x plus 3 equals 3x plus 3. So we're simply going to solve the equation by isolating x. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's subtract our 3x from each side. And we now have x plus 3 is going to equal 3. If I subtract 3 from each side then, get my constant terms all together, we're going to be left with 3 minus 3 gives us 0, so we're left with just the x. 3 minus 3 on this side is going to give us 0. Now it says how many solutions does each equation have? So we have here x equals 0. That is going to be one solution. Don't get mixed up. The solution is 0. That doesn't mean there's 0 solutions. We have one solution. It is 0. Letter B. We have 3 times the quantity of x minus 4 minus x equals 5 plus 2x. Well, let's go ahead here and simplify our left side first by distributing our 3 through. 3 times x is going to give us 3x. 3 times 4 is going to give us 12, and we're taking away that 12. And let's bring down our minus x equals 5 plus 2x. Let's combine our like terms. If I have 3 x's and I also have a negative x, or I'm taking away an x, I'm going to be left with 2 x's. Minus 12 equals 5 plus 2x. This is interesting because you see we have 2 times some number, and we have 2 times some number on the other side. And if we take away 12 from it, is that going to be the same thing as if we added 5 to 2 times that number? Probably doesn't make much sense there. Let's go ahead and get our variables together on the same side. I'm going to subtract 2x here, subtract 2x here, and I'm left with, well, 2x minus 2x is going to be 0. 2x minus 2x is going to be 0. So all I'm left with right now is negative 12 equals 5. My variables completely disappeared, and I'm left with a statement that I need to look at to see if it's true or not. Negative 12 equals 5. That is an untrue statement. Therefore, we can say that there are no solutions. There is no value of x that we could plug in to our original equation to see if that would make both sides true. There isn't one there. All right, letter C. We have the quantity of 5x minus 2 times the quantity of x plus 4. That equals 0. A lot of people make the mistake of going through and multiplying these two binomials together. If you do that, you're just going backwards. This probably was a trinomial at one time, and it was factored already. So we're just going to use our zero product property. We know that if we're going to multiply two numbers together and we get that the product is 0, one of those two factors has to be 0. So set each of our factors equal to 0, and we can solve to see what value of x would make each of those factors 0. So do that there. We end up with 5x equals 2, so x would equal 2/5. And when I subtract 4 from each side there, I get x equals negative 4. I gotta erase that. That's not very good there. There we go. So how many solutions do we have here? Well, we have 2 solutions. If we need to check them, we can take them and plug them back in. For time's sake, I'm going to let you know that I am right. So we have 2 solutions. Last one. We have x squared minus 4x plus 4 equals 0. So this one has not been factored yet. It's a quadratic that's already equal to 0, so what we'll need to do is we'll need to look at seeing if it can factor, and then we can use our zero product property again. So if there is no greatest common factor, we'll take it and look to see if it factors into two binomials. Now, if you need to use generic rectangle, go ahead and do that to factor it. I'm not going to do that there just for time's sake, but you may pause it, work it out, and see if you get the same thing that I get. So I'm going to get an x and an x, and a minus 2, and a minus 2, because this is a perfect square trinomial, which would factor into the quantity of x minus 2 times the quantity of x minus 2. Now, since these are the same binomials here, I only need to take one and set it equal to 0, because I'll get the same answer twice. If we take it, x minus 2 equals 0, we solve it, and we get x equals 2. Now, this would be what we would call a double root, because we have the same answer twice. But we technically have just one solution, because there's just one value that we end up with for x. Hopefully this helps. If you have questions, please make sure that you ask your teacher or find someone to get math help from.